Hey guys, Hamza from Unity Performance here. Hope you're doing well. Finally the day's come that you're going to replace your factory amber side markers with none other than the Unity Performance side marker lights. And of course, before you throw away the package, just rummage inside and you'll find the new Unity Performance decal as well. It'll be available in multiple colors, but of course I want to launch it with very similar blue at very first. So what you're going to need is a flat screwdriver. The best thing to do when you're installing on either side is to turn your wheel in. So once you've turned the wheel in, what you can do is you don't need to loosen screw 1, 2, and 3. You can simply peel back this liner and then go from behind. Now, I do want to advise you one thing. Side markers, because of their positioning between the bumper and the fender, are very sensitive to this fender gap over here. We just recently took off my side marker, we took off my bumper to do some work, and it wasn't placed on perfectly well. So what it did was create some gap, and now there's some play there. So if anyone installs a side marker and notices that there is play, that can happen to any side markers if your gap isn't closed in. So make sure that your bumper is also installed well, because the side marker, to not have any kind of play, relies on that. So I did want to touch on that before anyone says, oh, your side markers, they're not, they're loose. So getting back on topic, go from behind, take the flat screwdriver at the surface, and you'll see the clips. So basically what you're doing is you're pushing the clip and it should pop. Oh, pushing the clip from behind over there and then popping it out. There you go. Once you've popped it out, what I want you to do, you'll see small clips in there. So again, with a flat screwdriver, do this and you'll lift up that clip and you'll pop it out. Be very careful. You don't want to jab it and then take a screwdriver to your paint for obvious reasons. Once you've done that, inspect the side marker and you'll see if it's installed correctly. It's always pointing this way. To remove the plug or socket, simply twist up and remove. You'll see that there is a bulb in there. This socket, by the way, is a T10 for anyone's reference. What you do is you grab one of the Unity Performance side marker lights and it's absolutely plug and play. Simply, now see how I'm managing the weight over here. I'm not letting it dangle. I'm just holding it. Although the wire is very strong, still I like to make sure I'm controlling the weight by holding it like this. And I plug the wire directly into the socket. Make sure it's in all the way. You'll feel when it can't go in anymore. Same thing, just doing the opposite way. 45-degree angle first, and then making sure that you lock it. It's very, very crucial that you lock it. I see some people leave it like this. I've even seen, it's almost hard to believe, some people leave it like this. And for obvious reasons, this doesn't make any sense. One, because it's loose on the car and it can fly off. Two, because you're not creating that water seal. So if you get condensation or anything like that, it's because you didn't lock it in. But let me give you a tip on making sure that your side markers are always perfectly sealed. So it's optional. You can see that there's no play or anything like that. It's only when I remove it that now it's loose, but as it is, it's very tight. So let's put that to the side, and I'm going to show you a hack that I've kind of discovered online, as well as since I've installed over 200 of these side markers myself and shipped out over 2,000 online. You kind of just learn many things just by trial and error and experience. What I'm going to do is remove the rubber ring, put the rubber ring to the side safely, make sure it doesn't get away. I'm going to take some of this household Teflon tape and go around the socket a few times. This is not mandatory, but it's nice and it's optional just to make sure that your side marker, whether factory or whether aftermarket, whether Unity Performance, they're always sealed perfectly against all weather. I've seen all sorts of side markers with condensation in them, and I will say after 2,000 installs, yes, there are instances where condensation can seep into mine, but with a perfect install, even with this being an optional step, you should not have any of those problems. Perfect. So we've gone over it a few times. Get that rubber ring back that you had initially, and we're gonna put that rubber ring back on. So essentially what I've now done is I've eliminated any possible gaps between the rubber ring and the socket. Again, reinsert the wire fully, put the side marker in as such, and then twist it, just making sure that you're locking it so there's absolutely 100% seal. There's no chance of any condensation or anything coming through. Now, right as it is, we can install it, but before you put it back on, I want you to check two things. This is the rear clip that attaches over there. So I want you to always make sure that that rear clip is protruding out a certain amount. So you can always see, I'm not sure if the GoPro is capturing it, but yeah, that's where the rear clip should be. It should be protruding out like this, so it latches onto these teeth over here. Now, something else I learned over just trial and error and experience, it always helps to, if you're not getting an immediate certain click right away, just to take the flat screwdriver, not like this, but like this, taking it flat, placing it over here, putting your two hands to the side, and creating a small hook. So basically, you're bending this little tab a little towards yourself, and what it does is it creates an additional kind of hook for those rear teeth to make sure they're perfectly secure. Awesome. So now that that is done, let's take side marker, plop, or plug it in that side first, making sure that you hear that click to indicate that it's locked in. Front clip, front teeth, and then rear clip, rear teeth, just making sure that it is going in. A little bit rigid. It's a brand new side marker, so it's gonna do so, but you know, just be careful with it. And there you go, it's installed. And look at that, this side marker has less wiggle and less play than my factory side marker, right? Even though that massive fender and bumper gap exists, these side markers have very little play. So if you ever get play in your side markers, just make sure that that bumper is pressed in. We're going to be removing that bumper again for some work, but I wanted to clarify that. And now you have your side marker installed. Hopefully the video is not too quick or too long, and you guys will be all set. That is looking a lot better than the factory side marker. And to test, you can grab your keys. Okay. Yes, right now it won't turn on simply because the DRLs are off, the headlights are off. At nighttime, when you turn it on and your headlights are on auto position, the headlights come on, the side marker will light up as well. But of course, you can manually override it and check it yourself. So yeah, please go through this install. Make sure you do it right. I know there's a lot of excitement around them, but I don't want you to mess up the install. Please watch the video. Please take your time. Please let me know if you have any questions. I am more than happy to help you. These are my pride and joy. I think they absolutely look fantastic on every car. This is the clear version. And I'm actually gonna show you by going to the other side what the smoked version looks like. I apologize, my car is very dirty right now, but that's what the smoked version looks like. And that's what the clear version looks like. This is my own unique trait. I've never had two of the same side markers on at the same time. I'm quirky like that, and it's my showcase. So clear with amber on one side, smoked with white on the other side. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks, guys.